Oh, hi. I'm a smart investor. I dare say that because I understand the cryptocurrency markets and I am up to date on every new development, fintech and blockchain ecosystem. All because I watch the Inside Blockchain show on Crypto TV Plus. Every Monday morning, Crypto TV Plus brings you news headlines of top stories, interview with an expert, and give you detailed market analysis to enable you make the right business moves. Now you too can become a smart investor if you don't miss it. The Inside Blockchain Show, only on Crypto TV Plus.
Hello, my name is Chiki and I'm the Bull of the Bullet.
Keep watching Crypto TV Plus.
Don't touch that. Peace.
Hello and welcome to the program. This is Inside Blockchain live from Crypto TV Plus. I am Bobby Andike. So it's a wonderful Monday morning, the 31st of January 2022. And you know, when the year started, a lot of people were skeptical. People were asking, when will this month of January end? You know, we saw a lot of social media shenanigans. January has 6 weeks, January has 60 days. But we're here finally on the last day of the month. So if you're watching from Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, and this is your first time on the show, follow us on our social media channels. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification button. Now, over the next 30 minutes, we'll be looking at some blockchain use cases in the legal industry. Now, blockchain is increasingly in the news, but still primarily the underlying software used in creating cryptocurrencies, such as Bitcoin. Now, many businesses have yet to realize its potential and the extensive ways in which the blockchain can be used to make processes more efficient and to develop new services. But momentum is gathering as its applications are more widely understood. So we'll pick it up right after this commercial. Don't go nowhere.
Hey guys, it's Crypto Quickie. Trading in the crypto market may sometimes cause physical and mental stress. It is important that you put your physical and mental health in check and stay off the market when the need arises. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.
Earnathon. Redefining learning.
Hello there. Welcome to Learn and Earn with Earnathon. Today we'll be feeding you with the top 5 centralized cryptocurrency wallets. So what is a wallet? In simple terms, a cryptocurrency wallet helps you store your cryptocurrency safely. But based on friendly user interface, preference, and so on, we have the centralized wallets and decentralized wallets.
Hello, my name is Chiki and I'm the Bull of the Bullet.
Keep watching Crypto TV Plus.
Don't touch that. Peace.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is Inside Blockchain live from Crypto TV Plus. Today we're looking at some blockchain use cases that can be applied in the legal industry. And like I mentioned earlier, this is a very fascinating topic and everyone would definitely be interested to learn one or two things from it. So I'll be bringing in a friend of mine. He is a colleague. He is a legal luminary. His name is Kue Barino Paul. He's the principal partner at BlockLex, a legal advisor to the Blockchain Nigeria User Group Decentralized Autonomous Organization, and the Chief Legal Officer at VEFI Ecosystem. Paul, you're welcome. How are you?
Thank you very much. I'm good. His name is Kue Barino Paul. Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. I must say your portfolio, your resume is quite impressive.
Yeah, it is. You know, we are still trying to carve our niche.
From the way I see it, I think the niche has already been carved out quite nicely, you know. Okay, so Paul, tell us a bit about yourself and your journey in the cryptocurrency industry. Just briefly talk to us about that.
Okay, I got involved in the blockchain industry sometime, I think I was still in level 400 or so. Mr. Chuta Chimeze of Blockchain Nigeria User Group, the founder of Blockchain Nigeria User Group, actually was about publishing his Facebook, and he needed someone to proofread it. And I had to apply through inbox. He made a post on Facebook Facebook friends. I had to approach him via inbox, and he forwarded the manuscript to me, and I was able to proofread it and return back the listing for which I was paid. He paid me to proofread it. After that, like along the line, we actually got along with each other, and I had to tell him at the point that I wanted to learn how to trade cryptocurrency because he was always posting about it. And he referred me to Mr. Tola Fadubaben, who is a cryptocurrency trader. And Mr. Tola actually taught me how to trade cryptocurrency, though I didn't really follow that up as I should. However, I was added to the Blockchain Nigeria user group through Mr. Chuta. And from there, yes, I actually got involved with the tech. I had to see beyond just the cryptocurrencies. And I saw the tech because the Blockchain Nigeria user group is actually filled with blockchain tech professionals in different fields.
Wonderful, Paul. So now, someone like you who's coming from a legal background, I assume that you actually practice law. What do you think, now that you're in the crypto space, what do you think some of the blockchain use cases that can be applied in the legal industry? Now, I did some research online, and I actually found out that there are several possible ways that blockchain applications can affect the legal industry. Now, some of them are when you talk about property rights, when you talk about tokenization, and the most popular one, decentralized autonomous organizations. Which I believe you're the legal advisor to the Blockchain Nigeria User Group, DAO. So what do you think are some of the blockchain use cases that can be applied in the legal system? Talk to us about that briefly.
Okay, the legal system is actually a very large industry. It's actually, when you try to bring a blockchain and legal practice together, it's actually a bit sort of complex. Because the major idea it seems like some practitioners within the blockchain actually have this idea of we are trying to get rid of the existing system. We want to build a system that belongs to the people. And invariably, some of them misconceive it to be like, okay, whatever established law that is on ground, we have to maneuver it and all of that. But actually, yes. But actually, you can't actually do without law. Law is very, very important because, in fact, some recent occurrences on the space have shown that law is very, very important to the ecosystem. There are different ways in which law has been applied to certain solutions that have been applied to solve some legal problems within the blockchain. One, just like you mentioned, we have the smart contract. Smart contract can actually, they are automated a contract,
deals on the blockchain,
that are written in codes. Yes, that are written in codes and are made automatic, like they are automated. They are self-executing. So, contract can actually, this smart contract can actually be applied to different forms of a relationship, legal relationship between parties that are actually after parties that wish to make a binding agreement between them and what have you. Yes, so like for instance, we have NFTs. That's one area where we have a law being applied, like in terms of intellectual property rights. Prior to now, there has been a lot of piracy of intellectual properties, and it's been very difficult, despite the regulations, all of that put in place,
like restrictions,
yes, and structures put in place to regulate.
If I can come in, Paul, it's actually a good thing you mentioned NFTs. So I wanted to ask now, when you talk about NFTs and intellectual property theft, now what's to say that someone can just visit OpenSea and just take a screenshot of an NFT there and maybe like make duplicate copies of it and start selling online. What's to say that something like that can't happen, you know, in relation to what you just spoke about now?
Basically, NFT marketplaces are governed by their terms and conditions, and most terms and conditions are actually anti-copyright theft. That is piracy. You know, most NFTs are actually, they have metadata, and in those metadata, you have to state, yes, you have to state your status in reference to a particular NFT. Either ownership or like there is an owner somewhere and you are just a creator. You know, you have to give credit to who actually owns that particular intellectual, like the who owns its intellectual property right in that particular artwork. And there is also the provision for like filing of complaint against a particular NFT, reporting a particular NFT. If the owner of an NFT that has been stolen actually writes to a particular NFT marketplace stating showing proof of ownership, that particular account putting up that NFT will be suspended. And yes, will be suspended and sometimes delisted from that marketplace if the owner of the account is found culpable in like intellectual property theft.
Okay, that's wonderful. Now, in light of the blockchain technology and some of its use cases in the legal sector, now there's this saying in law that goes, whoever comes to equity must come with clean hands. Now, how do you think the blockchain technology can make the legal sector more transparent? Because in recent times, we've seen a lot of things that have been happening in the legal sector, and some are, you know, not quite transparent. So how do you think this new emerging technology can actually make the industry, the legal industry, very transparent?
Well, you know, I want to approach it from two angles. One is that the Nigerian Bar Association, let me speak in relation to my jurisdiction. The Nigerian Bar Association can actually bring itself to become a decentralized autonomous organization. And if they create themselves into a decentralized autonomous organization, they can have a repository on the blockchain. Like they can create a blockchain, create their own, like that has its own token, where lawyers can have have access to all manner of standard document and what have you. And if lawyers can have access to such document, it will make legal processes transparent. Secondly, when it comes to, you know, in Nigeria, yeah, we have the case of conflicting cases, like the problem of conflicting cases. Yes, where one court will reach one decision and the other court will reach another decision, where there will be conflicting decision on the same issue from the Supreme Court, for instance. You know, if we have a blockchain for law case, for a decided cases for precedent, you know, from what is recorded on the blockchain, you know, it can be programmed in such a way that it can be coded in such a way that what is recorded on the blockchain as the existing authority at a particular time will stand no matter any other authority that might come up. You understand? You know, transparency means that, you know, the blockchain is actually it's timestamp and it is immutable and it is transparent. Because if there is a blockchain, yes, where everyone can see what's happening, a lawyer cannot go to court and then start being confused on the particular position of a law at a given time, because the cases would have been recorded on the blockchain and made accessible to every lawyer, every legal practitioner. And once they are able to access that, they can be like know the particular position of the law at a given time, and there will be consistency. You understand? In the judicial system, there will be consistency in the judicial system. So basically, the way transparency can be brought to like the legal system is by creating a blockchain that records decisions of the court. Yes, decisions of the court. And secondly,
okay, Paul, I think right about now it's almost as if I'm in law school and you're my teacher. Fantastic stuff. So we're still here with Kue Barino Paul. Let us go on a quick break. We'll pick it up right after this commercial. Stay with us.
Hey guys, it's Crypto Quickie, and today I'll be giving you a crypto tip. Social media influencers don't always know how things work in the crypto space. So always perform your own research and hold on to your independent opinion. It helps build your confidence and enables you to grow. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.
Earnathon. Redefining learning.
GameFi, Metaverse. These two topics have been the most talked about in the crypto and digital space till date. Hi there, welcome to Learn and Earn with Earnathon. Today we'll be talking about the top 3 GameFi projects to look out for in 2022. Drum roll please. The first one is Meta Special. Meta Special is a virtual reality metaverse with unlimited fantasy spaces linked together through the spatial portal. The experience is built on the Meta Special metaverse.
Hello, my name is Chike and I'm the boy of the bullet.
Keep watching Crypto TV Plus.
Don't touch that die. Peace.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is Inside Blockchain live from Crypto TV Plus. And like I mentioned before the commercial, today we'll be looking at some blockchain use cases that can be applied in the legal industry. As I'm here with Kue Barino Paul. He is the principal partner at BlockLex and also a legal advisor to the prestigious Blockchain Nigeria User Group Decentralized Autonomous Organization. So Paul, now, let us take a closer look at some of the events that have happened, in recent times. Now, recently, the United States White House made a statement saying it wants crypto regulations as a matter of national security. Keyword, national security. And in addition, the Russian government, on the other hand, has agreed on a roadmap to regulate cryptocurrency. Now, do you think this is a step in the right direction for crypto exchanges and also for crypto traders?
Yes, it's actually a step in the right direction for crypto exchanges and as well as crypto traders. We've had complaints in our community lately of people losing their accounts and what have you due to suspicion of funds received from sources that are not really clear. No, the blockchain is actually transparent, and you can always trace the source of a fund and where it's going to. Like it can be traced until it gets into a centralized exchange. And we have a case where Binance have actually locked the accounts of some users, and when they lock those accounts, the users are lost as to what to do. So if there are regulations in place that we actually regulate the activities of both the crypto traders and the exchanges, it will actually reduce some of these laxity, especially those like our crypto traders in Nigeria are finding it pretty difficult because when Binance closes your account, you are required to get an investigative authority involved to prove that you were not the one who actually commits the crime, from which source that particular fund came, and you only got it through peer-to-peer. And most time it's difficult to approach the Nigerian authority because traders are scared. Like they are scared, like, okay, it's due to this CBN, this thing, and due to regular police victim attacks.
Nobody wants to bail the cat,
Yes, what do you want to tell cryptocurrency? If you tell anyone cryptocurrency, how about they victimize me in addition to what I'm already experiencing? People are losing their funds because of that. But if we have a regulation in place, like a collaboration, one way to actually approach the blockchain regulation should be a global approach. There should be a convention ratified by the various members of the United Nations. Because if countries decide to do it individually, the blockchain is decentralized and accessible to people from different jurisdictions. And a law that is applicable to a particular jurisdiction might not be applicable to the other jurisdiction. But if there is
it's even a good thing you mentioned. Sorry, Paul. It's even a good thing you mentioned the Binance issue. Recently there was a trend on Twitter, hashtag Binance Stop Scamming. Where some Nigerian Binance users were actually locked out of their accounts for some reasons. Some aggrieved Twitter users cited some reasons, such as they swapped BTC, that's Bitcoin, for Bitcoin, and that's why their account was locked, and a whole lot of other reasons. Now, when we take a closer look at some of these things, now, just like you mentioned, regulation should come from a global, should have a global approach. Now, when we look at our own country, Nigeria, we don't seem to, the government doesn't seem to have this regulatory approach towards cryptocurrencies. It's more like they just want to stifle it, citing references from the CBN ban on banks facilitating crypto transactions. Do you think the Nigerian government is going to take a regulatory approach towards cryptocurrencies anytime soon?
Well, I think they will. I think they will with time, because it's something that you can't actually fight off. It might actually take more time. It's all about time. And I think the community should continue engaging with the authorities that are in place. But I strongly believe that that the government will actually have a turnaround with time.
I think the first thing that the government needs to do is to actually understand how the technology works. Once they understand it, and just like other well-meaning nations, they would definitely take a regulatory approach towards it, because banning it outrightly is just not, it's not really a good idea. So finally, Paul, before we let you go, now in recent times, we have seen decentralized finance hacks. Some of them were sophisticated, while some were due to maybe a negligence on the part of the developers. And now at the end of the day, people actually lose millions in funds, and there's no possibility of a rollback or a compensation. Now, from a legal point of view, how would you address this situation? Taking a look at what happened in 2017 when Binance Exchange was hacked and lost over 7,000 Bitcoins. Now, from a legal point of view, how would you address this situation, Paul?
Yeah, that's all still boils down to regulation. All still boils down to regulation, because regulation has to decide on who should be held responsible when certain hacks happen on the blockchain. Should the team members of that particular project be held responsible? Should the various developers on the platform be held responsible?
So what if they are anonymous? Who is going to be held responsible? Let's say they are anonymous, because we have seen so many crypto projects that the developers, the team behind it is anonymous, and at the end of the day, it gets rug pulled. So in that particular case, who do you think should be held responsible?
In such cases, you have, for somebody to be held responsible, the person has to be identifiable. So that's where we call do your due diligence actually comes in. Because if you are to go into a project, if you wish to use an exchange, a platform, or a project, you should be able to do a background check to ensure that those behind it are identifiable. That is why we always advocate for education. You don't just go into cryptocurrency and then start buying into projects because of the hypes. You should be able to do your research. People find it hard to pay researchers and to pay to learn this thing, but they're willing to lose money, millions of naira, Like they are willing to lose millions of naira in blind investment. You don't invest
Yeah,
in
that's
projects
interesting.
where you can't identify those behind the project. You should be able to like handle that. But when it comes to the truth about regulation, cryptocurrency is that most times for you to like, even the person who uses cryptocurrency needs fiat to spend that cryptocurrency. And at the end of the day, there must be a gateway through which the person we actually want to withdraw that cryptocurrency. So when there is a hack, there can actually be a regulation that regulates most, because it's mostly centrally controlled
Exchanges.
exchanges that
Yes.
we have this escrow like exchange of a naira to fiat and what have you. You know, these gateways. So if there are regulations in place, these exchanges will have a reporting responsibility, just like Binance has been doing. You know, what Binance is doing is not really bad per se, because
How do you
most
what
of
do you
their,
mean it's not really bad?
yes, because most of their reason is that the assets, like the accounts that were suspended had assets, received assets from sources that are criminal, like sources of a crime, fraud, and what have you. You understand? So when you receive such, you are a suspect because you receive stolen assets. So if we have a regulation making all exchanges that way, you should be able to identify who you actually traded peer to peer with. You understand? When you received whose account number did you pay this to? You understand? If there's a global regulation, anyone who commits crime on the blockchain cannot go free.
I, like so many other well-meaning crypto enthusiasts, I always advocate for everything to be decentralized. Now, it just seems as if when we talk about crypto regulations, it's almost driving towards the whole infrastructure being centralized. Now, the final question before we let you go, just to wrap it up. Now, you're talking about regulations coming from a global point of view and all that. So what do you think should be the blueprint now? Because when some of these regulations start coming up, don't you think it will stifle the main purpose for which cryptocurrencies were actually created? Now, cryptocurrencies were created to give people freedom of transactions, that permissionlessness, that trustless system, and that decentralized infrastructure. Now, when regulation comes in, don't you think this will be affected? The main purpose for cryptocurrencies, don't you think it will be affected?
Well, regulation, you said regulation actually is coming from a centralized angle. No, it's not coming from a centralized angle. But we all understand that most gateway, the gateway that exists between fiat and cryptocurrencies are mostly centralized exchanges, because banks won't like deal with entities that are not identifiable as linked to their exchange and all of that, to their services. When it comes to regulation, regulation has to be a collaborative effort. It has to be a collaborative effort. We have to get the tech, you know, it's about a question of where tech and law meets. You understand? Regulators have to engage with the technology experts. There has to be a meeting of minds. You understand? There has to be a meeting of mind between the regulators and the ecosystem. By so doing, they will be able to carve out a perfect way of regulating the ecosystem without destroying the foundation upon which it was laid. You know, regulation doesn't necessarily mean centralization. It doesn't mean centralization. You understand?
It just means
But
control.
it's all about holding someone responsible for whatever happens, whatever goes wrong. If you are putting up a project, if you are putting up a project, you have to be sure that you've put in everything in place to ensure that it is foolproof to a very high extent when it comes to a hack haste and all of that. You know, people have to be held responsible when for what happens on the blockchain. You understand? You know,
Yes, Paul,
decentralization.
I solidly agree with you.
Sorry, if decentralization promotes crime, then what's the benefit? If people keep losing their funds on this? Is the wealth really going back to people, or is going back to criminals taking advantage of the system? If there is regulation, yes, that can actually be.
Oh, fantastic stuff, Paul. Well, everything actually boils down to people actually getting the necessary knowledge that is needed to be able to thrive in the blockchain and cryptocurrency space. And lucky for you viewers out there, we have a platform, Earnathon.com. So just visit www.earnathon.com. We have a platform where you can learn crypto and at the same time earn crypto. So the purpose is to actually bridge the knowledge deficit so that situations like this where people actually lose money, where centralized exchanges are actually exploited, can actually be, reduced. And also, like Paul mentioned, the crypto regulation is very necessary to be able to checkmate some of the excesses and the bad players that are in the sector. Thank you so much, Paul, for coming on the show and contributing. Yes, now it seems incredible that a piece of technology designed to power cryptocurrency 10 years ago is having a profound effect on the way organizations operate. Now, only time will tell how far the blockchain revolution will affect the legal industry, but it seems certain it will play a major role in its future. Thank you for joining us on the show. And that will be all on today's program. Check out our website, cryptotvplus.com, to get more market updates and trends captured within the world of blockchain and cryptocurrency. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at CryptoTVPlus and on Instagram at official CryptoTVPlus to get daily info on our programs. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the notification button. And if you have any questions about the program, kindly share them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. I'm Bobby Ndike. See you next week.